what to do. But then I heard the voice, Mike, Mike, Mike. He said it's Waffle Wednesday, let's take a hike. Grab my keys, jumped out of bed, headed to the diner with hunger widespread. Flipping pancakes, waffle giveaways, syrup dripping, my breakfast is on. Hey, Waffle Wednesday, let's turn it up to 10. Building PCs in the back, rocking till the end. Syrup flowing, taste buds blowing. It's Waffle Wednesday, let the feast begin. It's Waffle Wednesday, let the feast begin.
All right, everybody, here's my new banger that I just cooked up here. Let's get waffled up as we start our Wednesday. Let's go.
Middle of the week.
Mike.
Middle
What day is it,
of the
Mike?
desert. Name's Mike. Let's go. Yeah. Big hump, big bite. Name Mike. Sun bright, sand in my kicks, but I walk so light. Got a crate full of better and my grill on high. Every Wednesday morning they line outside. They don't come for the coffee, they come for the ride. I'm the camel with the lettuce and the syrup on the side. It's hump day. Waffle up if you got the stuff. Waffle up. Mike and the dudes turn breakfast to a sport that's tough. We ain't got no pancakes here, just squares soaking up that love. It's hump day. Waffle up if you got the stuff. Hey, I play shows in the Shea logo on the stage. Thermaltake lights up, whole crowd in the blaze. Fans chant Mike K every time that I raise another gold waffle to the sky like praise. Got crumbs in my beer, syrup drip on my chain. Got a lot of cool camels trying to get in my lane. I just laugh, flip better, let them taste the flame. If you roll with the herd, better know the name. Mike, it's hump day. Waffle up if you got the stuff. Waffle up. Mike and the dudes turn breakfast to a sport that's tough. We ain't got no pancakes here, just squares soaking up that love. It's hump day. Waffle up if you got the stuff. Left hump, right hump, throw your hands up. Hands up. If you're riding midweek and you never tap out. Never. If your team waffle, let me hear you shout. Shout. Waffle up, that's what we about. It's hump day. Waffle up if you got the stuff. Waffle up. Mike and the dudes turn breakfast to a sport that's tough. We ain't got no pancakes here, just squares soaking up that love. It's hump day. Waffle up if you got the stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Get in on that waffle, everyone. Exclamation mark waffle for your chance to win. We get started here soon. Real soon. Soon.
Gonna win some waffles, gonna make 'em mine. Got my Thermaltake ready for the ride. Sipping on my coffee, feeling oh so alive. In the waffle wonderland, where dreams come true. Gleaming golden toppings like morning dew. Good luck is on my side. I can feel it now. Chatting with my crew, we're gonna show 'em how. Waffle Wednesday, we're here to claim our prize. With Thermaltake, it's a roller coaster ride. Leaving waffles there the sweet.
What up, everybody? Welcome to a wonderful Wednesday. We're here. It's Wednesday. We're halfway through the week. We're excited to see you guys back, enjoying some waffles. We got some fun Thermaltake stuff to talk about today. We got a new case coming out. I think you guys are going to like it. It's going to be some good stuff. Hope everybody's doing good. Nice to be back. God, man, it's crazy. We're almost through January already. Is it crazy? We are almost in February. This is the last January stream. It's crazy. Where's the time going, man? Oh. Hope everybody's doing good, though, man. Welcome, everybody. Get your waffle on. Waffle up. Hell yeah. All right. Look like we're doing good. Waffling is a waffling. Oh, my alert volume was down. I apologize for that. I think I have fixed it. One can hope. Yeah, we're YouTube waffling. Let's get those waffles in, boys. Let's go. Are you hungry? Get it in there. Banana bread at work? Hell yes. Dude, I'd eat banana bread like every day. Oh my God. Like tacos. I could have tacos every day. I mean, I wouldn't want to put that to a test, but it definitely sounds good. It'd be like pizza and tacos, I think, for me. I don't know. Like, what would be like my last, like, only thing you could eat forever? It'd be a tough decision. Especially if I could get the tacos part, like, you know, a variable. Different kinds of tacos, you know, but it's still a taco. Same with pizza. All right, so hey, today we got a fun show for you guys. We are going to be doing a nice little overview of our new View 370 mid-tower case. Now, this is basically a small version of the View 600. And yeah, it's got a good amount of room, vertical mounting, and more. So we're going to be diving in on that, of course, here today on this glorious Wednesday. And of course, for you guys sitting back, relaxing, hope you're not having too stressful of a hump day. You can relax with us here at Thermaltake Live. Smash that exclamation waffle in the chat. And good luck to you guys. We got some big prizes coming up later on, and you could win. Get in on it. You know what to do. If you don't know what to do, look what everybody else is doing. You see them right there. They're typing it in. Just type it in. It's not raffle, it's waffle. Thanks to you. All right. New bangers, man. I had new bangers. I'm kind of excited. I want to play around with some more. I was having like some weird issues with Suno for a hot minute. It was kind of acting a little silly. You know what I mean? But, you know, we're good. I got at least one banger out, so that was pretty cool. Definitely want to do some more, though. It's just so much fun. Oh, man. AI has really helped out a lot for stuff like this. I'm getting better at it mimicking the actual studio. Like, come on, guys. Not too shabby, huh? Not too shabby. Oh, and Pig in here, you know, coming in with the chippy leg comment, man. Come on, Pig. How did AI know? Yes, sir. Laser Blast coming in. Appreciate the 8 months, my friend. Thank you so much.
Laser Blast 92.
I love my Tower 600 build. Me too. Dude, it's a good case, dude. That's such a different case. That case came out really, really good. And now we got it like in a million colors. And it's like we just need to do more, you know, just more colors. Chippy, more like crippy. Oh man, hey, dude, so I got like what is it? One of those summary things. Look at this, check this out. Alpha, you're gonna like this especially. Look at this. Right here. Here's my Here was our alerts recap on sound alerts for 2025. Alpha Elite coming in as the most loyal viewer, baby. Let's go. 122 alerts, man. I had no idea. Had no idea, dude. Hell yeah, I say yes. Oh, I'm glad you're here to see this, man. I'm glad you're here to see this. Most played alert was, of course, Tasty Waffles. 194. We got to hit 200 this year, okay, guys? We got to break the 200 on the Tasty Waffles. But, dude, I thought this was cool. Almost 2K alerts were played, and we have almost 3 hours of alerts. I blame some of you for the spamming of all the subs and everything, but much love and appreciate all the support. You know who you are. But yeah, dude, I thought this was pretty cool. You know, just something to share. You know what I mean? I was getting a couple of things for, like 2025 recaps. I shared like what we had on Twitch and stuff. But like, this is just fun. They gave me some like other things and everything like that too. But I just thought it was cool. You know, just give a couple of cool little things there and what's going on. Little shout out to Alpha Elite there. Let's go. That's crazy, man. That's crazy, man. The king of alerts, the king. Oh man. Oh man. And of course, your waffle timer has begun. Exclamation mark waffle for your chance to waffle. Waffle up with us, guys. Waffle up with us. All right. Diving in here. A couple of updates. I mean, we're still kind of...
I'd like to thank my mom and Mike and all of you. You made this possible.
I'd like to thank the Academy. No, much love, man. Thanks so much, Alpha. Appreciate it, dude. Oh, man. So, yeah, we're still kind of like... I don't know, just kind of like the little bit of a haze from CES, you know, a lot of new products, you know, a lot of them are down the road, some stuff coming in for Q1, and, you know, some other stuff I'm hoping to see, you know, around Q2, like as far as when in Q2, right? So I'll try to keep you guys posted on a lot of what's going on. I know that we got a good amount of software updates that we're working on right now. We got some big updates for the TTLCD screen coming, as well as some stuff for 3.0, but not so much. I think more focused on the LCD screen stuff, and I think that's to get some good updates going on for stuff like the 6-inch screen that I guess you can't really see. There we go. 6-inch screen, Mind Cube, stuff like that for like our new screen product. So look forward to updates for that. I'll keep you guys posted. Hopefully have an update like next Wednesday, I'm thinking. But when it's ready, I'll let you know.
Tasty waffles with
Lots of syrup. Let's go. Thank you so much. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. But yeah, no, we've had also some other products that were, you know, in the works that literally were coming like right after CES. One of them, of course, is our new upcoming View 370 TG ARGB. This is a mid-tower case, basically like a small version of the View 600, which is basically a full tower. So a little bit of differences there with that in comparison and stuff. You know, the cases, specs, details, and all that are on the website. Today, I'll be focusing on that View 370 and, you know, talking about all the fun stuff with it. I mean, you know, it's pretty cool. Even though being smaller that it is, still offers a vertical mounting option. This is also going to support the 6-inch screen as an optional accessory. You know, it's got the bracket and everything. We'll be talking about that, as well as a lot of the fitment options. It's a good, solid ATX mid-tower chassis, and coming in at $100, $99.99 MSRP. I think for a lot of us, you know, I've been thinking about this a lot, and it's like, it feels like I might not want to pay for the price of certain products that are out there component-wise, or I just can't find them and everything. But, you know, I've been in this case for like 2 or 3 builds, and I just maybe kind of want like a little bit of a refresh, you know. Might not be spending the big money for the graphics or the RAM, but you know what I mean? Coming in, like getting a new case for $100, I mean, something like that might be a nice little refresh for someone. So we try. We do what we can. At least I can say there's no case shortages at this moment. So that's good. No fan shortages at this moment. We'll keep you alert on the extras, you know what I mean? I'd pay extra. Oh, but I think, yeah, dude, we'll be taking a look at this case. We got the ins and outs to kind of go over. You know, as far as the support here with the new View 370, it's still got a good amount of cooling options, giving you 2 different mounting locations for a 360 AIO radiator. I mean, if you're into that custom cooling thing, I mean, gosh, it feels sad about custom cooling right now, but it is what it is. It's a roller coaster. Custom cooling will definitely take its climb back to its gloriousness. Once again, I've seen it, I think 3 or 4 times now in my professional career. So it'll be there. But, you know, nice little options there, some dimension breakdowns, a lot of glass panels. Of course, it gives that View series look, you know, taking the view with the case. It also has like that cool, like tower style front end with the 3-piece glass. I really like how the glass has got a beveled edge cut on it to try to make the seam a little bit tighter. So it's actually looks pretty good. And you know, and a couple options for storage, single HDD, dual SSD mounting options on the back there with a case. And of course, backwards compatibility too. So universal ATX, I mean, most all of our cases we've been launching since the birth of, you know, a BTF series or MSI's Project Zero, even Gigabyte's Project Stealth. All those boards are supported for the backward connectivity. So if you want to go that route and keep it clean on the front side of that case and get even a more glorious view, you got that option there with that. And it's been pretty crazy. We keep doing it. I don't know too many people that are getting backwards boards. I guess, is that one way to put it? I don't know if backwards boards is a bad way to say it. But I guess my whole thing is universal ATX. I mean, it just goes one way or the other. We give you the option, we give you the cutouts, you do you, right? Options. I think that's one of our biggest strengths here at Thermaltake, is just giving you guys freaking options, because you guys love options. I love options, and I know that's what it's all about. Is there a new PC giveaway coming soon, Mike? Maybe, but nothing right now. I mean, we just finished our last one last month. But you know, that doesn't mean that there's not going to be another one coming up later this year. I mean, you know, other things too, we're going to be kind of shifting a little bit, where we're going to be going out to Boston for PAX East. PAX East is coming up in Boston. PAX East 2026. We will be there. We got such a cool booth. I'm so excited to see what's going on with this. A lot of stuff going to be on display, including some racing simulators, and we got some crazy stuff that we're setting up. And you know, I'm going to have to plug everything in and hook it up. I'm glad I have help. Thank God for my fellow coworkers. But boy, do we got a lot of stuff to set up for this. But we're pretty excited to see what's going on. I don't know if they've updated the exhibit at PAX just yet, but this is gonna be March 26th to the 29th, and this will be the first time we're going back to PAX since COVID, so it's a big deal. Yeah, pretty excited to see you again at Thermaltake Live. It's been far too long. Dude, that'd be sweet, man. Yeah, I like I said, dude, anybody that's gonna be at the show, please come up, say hi. Let's give a high five. Maybe I'll have an extra waffle in my pocket. You never know what I could have. You never know. But dude, I am super excited. One of my favorite events here in the US. Big event. Hopefully the weather's good. But yeah, we'll just have to keep see what's going on. You know, I don't think, the Expo Hall, all that stuff still stay tuned. So we'll just have to wait. But keep you guys posted. It's definitely a couple more months away. But you know, we're gonna be taking a trip out there. We might have some fun stuff going on, both on site at the show as well as some online things too. So stay tuned for more information on that. Waffle timer sus? Hour 15, 1 minute, 15 seconds. What, you know what? Let me check. Wait, dude, why did the waffle's still working, right? Why did my page not like refresh? I pressed it like I think it's because like if I change scenes, right? Like if I go here, it still says 115. Like it doesn't change there, but maybe I pressed it a little late again. It's okay. It's like a waffle buffer. It's like a buffer. It's like I went to go crack it open to look at it a little bit, and I was like, oh no, it's not done yet. Don't worry, I will let you know. But you have plenty of time. Why are you worried asking now? Just exclamation mark waffle and be done with it. No, get in. No, I'll make sure everybody gets in. You just got to be here. Just got to be here. We don't want to re-roll. We don't need no re-roll. Re-roll. Man, like I was saying, dude, cool tempered glass. 3 pieces here in the front with the one on the side there. They just like clip
I've invented alphabet butter. Now I just need to spread the word.
I think Gandalf came in there, but I didn't see what happened to Gandalf? Is this thing like, no, it's not freaking out. Maybe Gandalf was a little delayed there. Maybe a little bit. But yeah, radiator support. We'll talk about the cooling, backwards connectivity. Well, not necessarily backwards connectivity, but rotability. I made up a new word right there. But yeah, being able to rotate the back of full PCI Express. If you want to go vertical with the graphics card, this is our thing right here. That's pretty cool if you want to do that. You know, riser cable aside and everything. And of course the screen, you know, the dimensions and everything. They've added in some more stuff with the software. Enhanced dust protection. So this isn't just a standard filter. This is an enhanced dust protection filter. Well, that's a lot to say. That's a lot to say. But nice little breakdown of the case. More information here on the website, including your compatibility for AIO cooling as well as fans. And you can see right here, 360 on both the top as well as over here on the side next to the motherboard. You got a nice little ventilated back panel. We'll talk about that too. And, you know, different options for cooling. I mean, hey, we're going to be doing a cool build in this bad boy going forward after today's stream. So you guys get to see everything, just the whole thing like we normally do. And then, of course, fan compatibility here. It's a 120 mil case. It can do 140s on the top. But basically, with everything else being 120, it's kind of like a 120 case. I mean, yeah, you can do 2 140s on the top. And as much as I love 140s, I would say doing 3 120s would be preferred. And then, you know, you kind of really can't do 140s in other parts of the case, right? So just something to consider. But we give you a nice little breakdown of what's what. And, you know, how everything goes, how everything fits in there. There's also a manual online, too. So if you want to know more about the product, we have the manual up there. Kind of gives you all the little details as far as, you know, what compatibilities it has with certain things, dimensions and sizes, you know, all that fun stuff that you want to find out. You got a big beefy power supply or like some giganto AIO cooler that looks like a motor or whatever. You could have stuff like that. You need to know. You know, it's important. These things are important. You need to know. So a lot of that stuff's here. Covered in the menu.
Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike?
You monster.
Middle of the week, yeah, we slowing down.
Oh, man. All right, let's get into it. The View 370. Now it's kind of crazy. Like in the next couple of years, will this just be like an AI rendering of a camel? Could I just make myself look like just make this whole thing just look like AI? And then just my job is gone and I'll be fired. They're like, bye. Thanks, Mike. We have AI to replace you. Oh man. Hopefully not. But I've been seeing some crazy like AR stuff out there, which is really kind of interesting what they got going on. And I'm not talking about just like the glasses and stuff, but the software that's being invented here is very, very interesting. So, but of course with software, you need a PC. And in order to have a PC, I mean, a lot of us, we don't want to just put our components on a table. You need a decent case. And for us here at Thermaltake, we might have one in store for you. with a nice view. Just to say view one more time. I should almost have like a view counter today for the amount of views that we're gonna see with the view 370, right? You know what I mean? But dude, all around good mid-tower case. I personally, when I looked and when we got in like the View 600, it's a full tower case. It's a big boy. Just takes up a good amount of space, but definitely gives you a good amount of clearance and room, you know, for bigger fitment stuff. But you know, you're kind of getting into like the triple 140 range versus like a 120 range here with this one. But you know, mid tower wise and everything, this does give a nice little shrink, because trust, I had both the View 370s as well as the 600s on display at CES, and you know, you can definitely tell by the weight. Oh, let me tell you. But you know, a little bit more compact, but not really cutting you off on too many of the features. I do like that you still get the capabilities of running a 360 radiator both on the top as well as on the side. And you can see right here, the case is going to come with 3 pre-installed fans, but it's kind of a trick because this is one of our new cases that's supporting basically the 3-in-1 fan option. So in a way, it's technically 2 fans with the case, but you get a 3-in-1 fan box and then 1 extra fan back here, right? So it's 4 fans. I'm teasing you guys. It's 4 fans, but we'll be taking a look because this one comes with basically the 3 fans. It's all one piece. 4 screws, which is always awesome when you're doing installations. I mean, 4 versus 12. It reminds me of when magnets became a thing with cable connections. When I had 9 fans, I had 9 cables. I had to plug in 9 ports. Now I have 3. I don't know if I could ever go back. What about Box? He's just a box. I should write a Box song next. Maybe I'll do a song about Box. But I think it's a fun box for someone going out. Like I said, $100. You know, mid tower, gives a good little angle. It gives you the fish tank vibes that I think you'd need. It also has like a cool little like bay window, little front part here too. So I mean, like, you know, if action figures are your thing, you can definitely do that. But I also do like, you know, we'll dive in on this because there's some other things that I want to show you with the cooling. There's some plates that you can interchange, give you a little bit more expandability on stuff. So we'll be talking about that as well as all the other options and show you how to break down this case, take every single panel off. So if this is something you're looking to grab, hopefully this video will help you out in the future on, you know, catching like, oh, hey, how does this come off? How does that come off? That's what we're here all about today. And then, like I was saying, we're going to do a cool little AIO build in this bad boy. I got some mine cubes to slap in here, some screens, some RGB stuff. We'll see. I might change some things up with the fans. I'm not too sure yet, but yeah, let's start with panels, right? Let's start with panels. Hold on. Let me make sure this is not coming in. That shouldn't be too bad. Shouldn't be too bad. Box Jr. said, nice PC case. Wish I had that. All right. Gotcha, B Jr. I gotcha, my friend. I gotcha. I understand. I understand the mission. I understand. All right, so the View 370 mid-tower case has a very easy, like a toolless experience with the panels. I love this. I mean, certain things I'm like, you know, maybe it would have been cool if it has a screw to it, but as long as it secures good, I'll feel good about it. I mean, this also goes along with like our packaging, right? As far as how we put this in the box, how we protect the case coming to you or going to somebody, then going to you because, you know, we got to send it out and everything. But side panel, real easy, straightforward. There is a little tab right here on the end. You can just grab it real simple with your finger, push that forward, but you don't want to go too far down, I guess is probably the best way to go about this. Probably want to go about like right here and then just lift the panel up. As you can see, there's some tabs here on the bottom, and those tabs line right back up when you go to put the panel on. Kind of gives you like a foundation for the glass, so you're not like trying to just put it like, straight on the case. So I do like how we set this up. So you at least got a notch, you know what I mean? You got a little nook to put your glass on, and then just pops right back into the case. So real simple and easy. Holds on pretty well. I've impressed. I mean, it's not magnetic. This is a little bit stronger than that, but it's just little push clips, with tabs, and it just locks into place. But again, make sure, mind the tabs on the bottom. Don't try to pull the glass too far down. You can start to bend these little bad boys here on the bottom. I don't know. You don't want to scratch your case. You know what I mean? You don't want to scratch your case. So you got that going on there for the glass panels. Now, of course, the rest of this stuff is pretty easy. If you guys have maybe have a tower series type of case, this should be pretty straightforward for you. But for a lot, there are these 3 panels, 1, 2, and 3 right here. The one in the middle is pretty straightforward. I almost wish the locking was a little bit more secured, but that's because I ship these and take these to shows, you know what I mean? I usually slap a piece of tape across here, and a lot of times we will do that too, where we'll put like a little clear sticker that's gonna go over between the gaps here on the glass. So when you go to remove those glass panels for the first time, it's just a clear little circle sticker that's going to be there. Make sure you either peel that off or they just break the seal there with like a razor blade or whatever, because you don't want to try to take all 3 panels off at one time. That's not the point. There's a reason why it's separate like that. And I don't want somebody like having a mistake and like dropping the glass, right? So check real careful for those little circle security stickers on shipping when you get a new case. A lot of the cases that have this have that, so just give you a heads up there. But like with the middle piece, real simple, little push click, little click click, and then that's gonna release the front middle piece of the glass. Same idea, tabs on the bottom, little locking push pins here on the top that interlock it into the case, making it completely toolless, super easy, especially for access, trying to get in the case after installation, after setup and everything. And, hey, don't mind there is plastic on both sides of the glass. So, ThermalMike, I'd always recommend, when I just leave it on, as I get the build going. But before I do close it up, don't forget to remove the film on the inside. I've done that a few times, and this is like after I've put the glass back on and I polished it up, I waxed on, I waxed off, and wow, I almost said that wrong. And then I realized, why is it still hazy? You know what I mean? And it's like, oh, I forgot to take the glass off. So then I got to pull the glass off. So 2 pieces of film on both sides there, and then do these side panels. Super easy. Don't try to pull too hard. Don't try to pull from the middle. You know what I mean? It's glass, guys. You know what I mean? So, but just real simple on the top, little pop, grab each end, top and bottom like that. These guys just pop right off. Real simple and easy. And then, yeah, dude, check this out. I really like this, like those little details, the little details that matter and everything. But trying to get a finer edge, I'm trying to see if you guys can. Oh, there we go. You can probably see this a little bit better. You'll notice that the glass is cut at a 45. I mean, I think this makes it pretty obvious so you can see. But yeah, the quarter panels here are all cut at a 45. So when this matches up with the other panel, it makes it a lot, it's kind of like molding. You know how like when you do your molding in your house, you don't just have a square hitting a square. And, a lot of cases you'll see it just put behind it, and you got more of a harder edge on that. So it does give that little bit of feel, and it works good too, because you get to remember, this isn't like a 90-degree corner. This is like at a 45, because there's 2 little pieces of glass on the side, but still cool little idea here. And I really like this. I think it's really neat. It's basically on both sides. They're definitely more dominant on the side that matches with the middle panel. So keep that in mind when like going, oh, okay, how does this go back on? And don't put it on like, because you can put it on one way or the other, but I don't know if you can see these right here, but there are 2 little tabs here as well on the glass. So those little guys got 2 little notches right down here too. So if you don't even know or remember about the beveledness there, you should definitely know about the little prongs here at the bottom. Makes it pretty easy for that to just drop in the bottom like that, and then just clip right in, right? And it gives you oh yeah, that one's the one that goes on the bottom, right? So just keep that in mind when taking the panels off. Same thing over here on the other side. We'll just pop the top and then just lift the bottom. I don't know if I was clear on that with the other one, but pop the top on this one. Don't try to pull it from the middle. I guess that was what I was worried about, was everybody just grabbing the middle and trying to pull it barehanded with glass in your hands, right? So, but yeah, little forks on the bottom there. These will then just stick right in, and then the top panel just snaps right back in place. So super easy, super easy. But we'll go ahead. We're going to take all this stuff off because we are going to be getting to building here, but we got to break down this case first. But yeah, let me get the glass put aside a little bit. But yeah, it's not dirty. It's just, you know, it's got plastic on both sides to keep the glass protected. Boy, the days of us having to deal with an acrylic panel, am I right? Where like it was just so serious to not scratch this, like right after you got your build done and everything, and just thinking about like, you know, just over the time period. I'm so glad tempered glass is here. What a change, right? What a change for the market. Oh my God, I almost dropped one of them. Testing the strength of our tempered glass. Yes, testing the strength. I think it's 4 mil. I think this one's 4 mil. We do a variety of thicknesses, either 4 or 5 mil. And I think if there's any reason or why, it's based on the case like size and weight. So I think the larger cases will have a 5 mil. Smaller cases will have like a 4 mil, at least in regards to like the tempered glass thickness. You know what I mean? Are you down with the thickness? It's broken. That's right. I know. It's like, how do I show people the important things when it comes to removing a panel off of a case, right? And you're just like, dude, how many different ways can you take a panel? Well, there's actually a lot of different ways panels can come off. I mean, it's kind of funny when you think about it. I think a lot of us were used to the whole slide back and take off part. That was kind of like a standard almost for, I think, a lot of the early tempered glass cases. And now this stuff has changed more and more. I mean, stuff like this now pops out of the way. There's no screws in the back you have to deal with anymore. I mean, it's just, it's made it a lot better. It's made it a lot better. All right. So yeah, and of course, inside the case, you're going to get your View 370 manual. You know, it's got all the little breakdowns, you know, all the stuff that you'd want to see. Basically the same thing as the online manual. It's just the online manual more or less will probably have any spelling corrections because somebody forgot to do it when they printed it here. No, just kidding. Maybe, I don't know. I'm just joking about it. But, you know, those are the things with trying to build installation guides. Oh, man, I've done a few. The table of contents was always just the annoying part, but that was more or less for motherboard side of things. Oh, my goodness. Those things were encyclopedias. Holy crap. Cases are simple. Cases are simple, easy, man. Love it. I love it. A little accessory box that you're going to get here. Let's take a look, see what you get. Let's see what you get inside. Wonder what it is. Wonder what we got here. Oh, hold on. Oh, is it? Why does it seem so? It seems really bright in here. I don't know. It's extra bright today. All right, so one thing, you know, definitely to mention, this is the snow edition. So with the white cases, so the white color cases, we've been switching over to doing a silver screw. So you'll get like these chrome or silver screws for all of the snow edition cases, where if you want to get the standard View 370 in black, you're going to get just standard black screws. So we're not putting chrome screws in everything, only for the white, but I mean, the zip ties are also clear instead of black. We're really trying to give people what they want, which is just a nice clean build that all matches and everything. I mean, you even got your cool little Mr. Miyagi sweatband in here in white with the TT logos. I mean, this thing is so cool because it's nice and it's just Velcro, little velvety Velcro-ness and all that. But then it has like these cool, like you can make your own. So it's got a little perforation here so that you could break off a little piece. You don't have to, you know, deal with the whole entire roll of this. But we're throwing this in the box now on top of just some standard zip tie. So something to, you know, clean it up a little bit better and, you know, of course, have another TT logo on something, of course, right? Of course. And then my favorite right here is the speaker. You can't leave home without this bad boy right here. Right here. This is all 64 gold. Does that say Spackers? Wait. What does that say? Is there a P in there? Spafucker. Whoa. Spafik. We'll leave that one up to chat there on that one and everything. It looks like there's a freaking $ at the end, or that's just the Price is Right logo. I'm not actually sure what that is right there. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is, dude. That's so funny. I think that's probably the first time I've looked at one this closely in a long time. Yeah, it looks like SP Faker. Oh, and that's a plus and minus sign. But still, SP Fakers. It must be it's new tech. New tech, write that down. New tech. New tech. God. Oh, it's Wednesday. It is Wednesday. It is Wednesday. Oh, I forgot. See, I got distracted by that. Oh my goodness. So besides getting this, you're going to get your nice little accessories here with all the screws. So this will give you the long screws here, for the fan mounting. So you get those because those are going to work specifically right over here. Those are going to work right over here for the bottom fans. So that way you can mount the bottom fans in there, right? So you don't have to like find your own. And then of course it's got the correct thread for the case. So you don't want to strip that stuff. So that's all included. If you look closely, there is the infamous nut setter that's to help you with standoffs that are loose. I think there's a couple extra standoffs in here. You got your hard drive, power supply, like basically everything that you would need in this little candy wrapper bag thinger right there. Yeah, one of those. Now let's switch up the music really quick. Let's get some tunes going. Let me do this. Oh. What the? Okay. There we go. Yeah, so mounting hardware, that's a given. Some extra stuff that you'll see. So you'll get two chrome standoffs. This is for the vertical mounting. If you want to put the graphics card, rotate it vertically. These would be the two mounts. Very simple. These just secure to the top of the power cover. You attach your riser bracket to the top of that and then plug the riser bracket into your motherboard and you get that vertical versus horizontal presentation there with that. I do also like we include a couple of clips because things can happen. So, it's nice to have. And these are basically just those little clips that are for the panels there. You get a couple extra just in case. We get it. Sometimes things can go wrong and it's better to throw a couple in the box versus you have to go all the way and call us and go, you got to submit a ticket, sir, and all that because my clips broke. You know what I mean? So we're just trying to help you out. But don't break more than two, okay? All right. And then, of course, for the 370, changing up a little bit, the 370 is going to come with the replacement panel for down below on the case that you can then take your cool 6-inch screen here from Thermaltake because, I want to get some more screens for your screens. And this bad boy just slides right in here like a good magazine should. And it's just got 4 mounting points right here. And you'll get the screws that will come, I believe, with the screen to then secure those into the panel there like that. But then this is the one buying, the panel or the screen only, not the other option. So, and I'll give you a comparison of that. So you have an understand, because I don't want somebody to buy the View 600 screen thinking you need that one for the 370, right? So throw all this stuff, sprinkle it in, in there, throw that in there, just, there we go. Good. Take care of that. But hey, let's, so before we get further into the case, Want to show you. So like when you come over here on our website, and we're sold out right now, by the way. Yeah, it's as bad as RAM. Screens are as bad as RAM. Everybody scramble to buy your screens. Screens are selling out. The chips, they're gone. The chips are gone. But no, the 6-inch screen like this one right here on our website. So this one, they're both $100, right? They're both $100. It's $100 for the screen. But you'll see right here, this is just the screen kit itself, where this is the 6-inch screen kit specifically for the View 600. Don't buy this one because the 370 is going to come with the cutout already. All you need to do is buy just the standard screen. It's of course going to come with a Type-C to USB internal header, because this will require a direct USB 2.0 header in order for the screen to work. You can't really use a hub. It's really iffy right now. And the cable, the way it is, it's just 1-to-1. So that will take up a USB 2.0 internal header. Just to mention, if you're planning on buying the screen as a separate accessory, right? I mean, one of the good things too is with the case and everything, you know, the case itself doesn't have 2.0 ports on it anymore. So you're just going to get 3.0 and Type-C on the IO for the case. And yeah, let's jump over and take a back look at that. Take a look at that. Swipe up to unlock. But yeah, IO panel right here in the front. You got nice little push button right here in the front on there. You got your HD audio, Type-C, and USB 3.0. That's all going to be included here with the back panel, which comes off very similar to the glass panel. You can see it's got the little tabs there on the bottom as far as that goes, and then the little push clips here on top. Wow, it's crazy how the white balance goes wild with that panel there. My camera's like, you're blinding me. You're blinding me. But dude, look how simple, like straightforward, right? Almost every panel popped off the case. I mean, even right here for this one, this is gonna be the panel that you would replace then. Oh, see, I shouldn't have done that. I should, here. Yeah, don't worry, we won't lose anything. But then basically just giving you that replacement panel right there in the box if you want to go with the option of screen. It's kind of funny because they should almost make this like a 5 1/4 option too, which has really been funny because we've been talking about 5 1/4s a lot lately. But yeah, this just pops in. I think there's yeah, because little tabs. You just line the little tabbies up on the bottom there. And then that, yeah, okay. And then that would go in there like that. You know, screen sold separately, right? But either way, real simple for the panel to be able to kind of interchange what you got going on. It's just, dude, it's so simple. It's so simple. And I like, what did we, it's got like, where are the magnets? Wait. Where are said magnets? It's just magic. Look at that. Look at that. Watch this. God, I love magnets. But they must be on the inside. But we'll take a look. We'll take a look. So another panel, simple, easy to take off, right? You know, opens the door down there for you for a lot of that stuff. But I mean, you don't really need to worry about that. You know what I mean? Wow. Oh, and then of course, you know, look at the fan. So this is one fan. Well, it's 3 fans, 1 long box, I guess. But 3 into 1. Basically, you get the option with this one, included this in with the case. So it kind of matches with the back fan. I think it's kind of our way of trying to make it so whatever's in the case will work and give you the style. You know, you put your AIO on top. I mean, I don't think somebody's going to go out and buy just like a black colored AIO versus getting like a white one, for example. But then those fans that are pointing down really aren't too much to worry about, where you'd feel like you'd need to replace all the other ones too. So, I mean, it's your fan your way, you know, so decide what you want to do. You know what I mean? Decide what you want to do. Gatorade. H2O. There's a spider crawling down the wall. What the? Don't mess with me like that. Where? Where? Is it big? Was it a big spider? There was. No. There was a spider crawling down the wall. Are you serious? Is it going to jump and attack me? Stream over? Stream over. It's gone now. Where did it go? It's not that it's gone. We need to fix it with fire. Was it over here? Was it over there? Was it right above me? Was it like one of those things? Have you guys ever been driving in your car and had a spider come down from the ceiling in the middle of the night and scare the you know what out of you? That has happened to me. Oh, no. And that is probably one of the scariest things. Mike, new fear unlocked. I'm actually pretty good. You know, as a dad, I've smashed a lot of spiders for little girls. I'm definitely more on the pro side. You know, we don't live in Australia, so I'm not too worried. You know what I mean? Just like, stop. You know, like I'm not too worried. Spider Mike, dude. I think the worst part is knowing now that you saw it, but yet can't tell me where. And you're probably sitting back laughing right now, going, "I'm not going to tell him. Let him find out for his own." Right, Wall, laugh out loud. Okay. Wait. This. Was it big? That's what she said. All right, so back to the case. If you guys see any spider attacks, you just let me know, please, in the chat. You know, I'll swing you an extra waffle entry or something if you save my life, all right? I promise. Spider dropped off the ceiling and walked across my eyelid. Oh, that will wake you up. That will definitely wake you up. You know, it's kind of like those stories that you hear about, and you know, I'm not necessarily open mouth sleeper. I don't think I sleep with my mouth open often. I know there are people out there, but they ran that weird, like, why did they do this statistic of talking about how many spiders you ingest because they crawl in your mouth when you're sleeping? It's like, why did they do this study? They didn't need to tell us this. They didn't need to mention that. Didn't need to talk about that. You didn't get to keep the new chair? Oh, no, I switched it out. I like this one more. It's more comfortable. That other one is quite expensive, if you can understand. This one I've broken in. It's super comfortable. I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I've been sitting in this chair for a hot minute. I mean, those chairs, they're quite expensive. I have one of the other ones over there. But I mean, dude, we're talking like $1,200 something chairs, right? So they're the high-end boutique stuff. I get to demo it a little bit. You know, I get to demo and you know, like, test it out. But then I have to give it back. They need them for like video stuff and everything, because you can understand they're the new colors that we brought from CES and all that. But you know, they're chilling. They're chilling. I do like this one though. It's got your butt grip, dude. You know, you really become one with a gaming chair. Am I right? We all kind of got like our little spot. Like, if you try to sit a little bit more forward in your chair, it feels weird. You know what I mean? And then you kind of slide back and you lock in. You lock into that spot. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, you know, you're home. You know what I mean? Because you're going to sit there for 4 or 6 hours, right? Well, I mean, cheap is cheap, right? I mean, you know, you can have, do you want it good? Do you want it cheap? Or do you want it fast? You can pick only two. You know what I mean? I definitely think it's worth investing into a chair. I think there's definitely different sides of it. When I've talked to people that, like, I sit in a chair for more than 8 hours a day, I think that's a special chair for a special person. I think a lot of us don't necessarily sit in a chair for 8 hours. I mean, dude, I get up. You know what I mean? I get up, I stretch, I go take a little walk. Where you gotta get up, right? You gotta get the blood flowing and everything like that. I mean, I know a lot of us, you know, we're big old leg tappers. You know what I mean? We got the shaky legs going on underneath. Nobody knows. till you sit too close to them and everything's just you're like, stop that. That restless leg, man. They can get you. They can get you. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, it's like it's funny. It's like a new chair is just it's just weird. It's kind of like just a brand new. It's like you get a new bed and you just got like full support across the board though. It's like never been touched, right? You get that new bed. It's got that full support, and then over the years, right? Because this isn't something that happens in a weekend. God forbid, right? I guess unless you get the cheap chairs, right? But you know, over time, you start to get that little spot. You guys ever notice that you're just like, if you're just a little too far forward or a little too off to one side or whatever, you kind of just shift around. Let's all try it at home right now. You know what I mean? You're like, oh yeah, that's the spot. And it's really funny, especially when you sit in a chair, the same chair for a good amount of time. But what are we doing? We're talking about cases here. What are we doing? How much time is left on the waffle? Okay, there's still time. There's still time. Let me see. Is it accurate? Okay, so it's like 36. So it was like 3. Why? I feel like I pressed it maybe like 30 seconds before. I don't know. It's close enough. Good enough for jazz. Let's just put it that way. I work from home, and there are days I easily spend 10 to 12 hours sitting a quality chair. Yeah, I mean, and then that's like what I'm saying. Like, I think you don't necessarily need that if you're like, you know, an average gamer. You work all day, you come back, you got maybe 4 or 6 hours. You know what I mean? I don't think you necessarily need a high-end $1,000+ chair, but for certain people, you definitely do. And it's really interesting when you look at like the ratings of chairs and all that stuff, because a lot of people always be concerned, like, if it's comfy, it's not going to last long. If it's stiff, you feel like it's got longevity, but then it feels like a hotel bed. You know what I mean? It was built to last, not for comfort. So some people like the firm stuff, man. I don't know. I like a good little squishy couch type of chair, but I feel like those ones are harder to find. And for whatever reason, for me, being 6'5", they just don't work. I think it's one of the big reasons why I like these chairs. I have one of these at home. I've been sitting in it for, gosh, probably 7+ years now, the same chair, and it's still good. It's still good. I think the only issue I've had with my Thermaltake gaming chair was the piston. The piston went out on it like 3 or 4 years into it or whatever, but luckily for me, I work here, so I just got another one, you know. But then that one's just been good for 5+ something years. I mean, I literally have had this chair longer than I thought I would. I like the style of it and everything. It just fits right. It's a good big guy chair, if I could give recommendations, because it has like the headrest and everything, but I'm literally turning the stream into talking about chairs and everything. But you know what? That's fine. That's fine. It's Wednesday, right? We're halfway through the week. We got that important stuff done Monday, Tuesday. God, Mondays, man, right? Meetings, all that fun stuff and everything. But now we're at Wednesday, guys. We're right there. We're right there in the middle. It's feeling good, right? It's actually getting later on a Wednesday. You know, it's doing even better. I mean, I'm jealous. You guys in the East Coast, you're already on the way home. You know what I mean? Over here in California, we work longer. No, I'm kidding. But it is funny, though. Oh, 7-footer reporting in. Still don't have a good chair. Bro, I think for me, the X Comfort chair, the reason why I like this chair so much is because of how high it goes up. I have yet to find another chair that goes higher than this chair from like where you sit, right? And I need that because legs, right? Legs. All I am is legs. But then at the same time, I don't like, look, my head, I'm still taller than the damn chair. Yes, I get that. But it's not like my neck is here. You know what I mean? I'm going, you know what I mean? And then there's a nice little pillow right there too. But I don't think anything else I've even come close to as far as, I mean, even though the new chairs and everything are not as tall as this one. That's why I like this one a lot. It's even got the cool little, look at that. Look at that lower back. Look at that right there. Reserved for ThermalMike right here, baby. This right here. It's just, you gotta get it right in the right spot. NVIDIA coming in. What's up, NVIDIA? Thank you so much for the raid. Good to see ya. Hope you guys been good. What's up, Freeze? We're talking about gaming chairs. We're talking about like
Mike.
how if you have like a gaming chair and you've been sitting in it for a good bit, that like your gaming chair kind of has like there's like a spot. You know, just kind of feels like you know when you're in the right spot on your gaming chair,
What day is it, Mike?
or something else. You know, something else is going on, right? So it's just kind of funny. We were talking about like gaming chairs and all this because we make chairs too, and it's just I've been in this chair for a long time. And it's like, I can tell, like if I go sit in somebody else's chair, I'm not going to say that it feels different. I mean, it feels different, right? But like we were talking, like if you try to scoot forward a little bit in your chair or try to kind of offset a little bit, you just find your home. You just want to go home and find your home. But I just think it's so funny, right? I think it's an interesting thing that we all kind of don't really necessarily think about, you know what I mean? But it's just kind of how that you mold into your own chair, It's funny stuff. It's funny stuff. Just like your computer case, we're supposedly talking about computer cases today. We have the new View 370 mid-tower case. We're going to do a build in this, of course, for the next couple of streams. I'm going to go with like this crazy all-white build. It should look really, really clean. But a lot of today is just talking about what's going on and how everything comes apart, how everything works. What's the in and outs of the View 370. But of course, for all you guys that just came in on the raid, hey, don't leave hungry. Get in on our weekly Waffle, !Waffle for your time to win. We got about 33 minutes left on our giveaway, and you just have to interact in the chat and type !Waffle, and of course be a follower. So get in on it. We got extras. Come win a waffle with us. Come win a waffle. But hey, again, thanks so much to NVIDIA for the raid. Appreciate you guys. Hope you're doing good. I was trying out DLSS 4.5 and messing around with some of the new stuff, dude. I gotta say that, and it's not just because I've known Jacob for a long time, but I think he killed it out there with his little presentation. I thought, and I think a lot of people at CES told me too, that Jacob's little DLS 4.5 was probably the biggest thing gamers wanted to know that was not a part of the actual main stage thing. So hats off to you, Jacob. Good stuff, man. I like new things, new stuff, new downloads. That smooth motion though, man. Mwah. I'm definitely digging the smooth motion right now, I'll tell you that. All right, so if you want to have smooth motion too, I mean, you got to have a place to put it. So we have this mid-tower case right here that offers a variety of stuff. I mean, even this little ventilated panel is removable. It does require a screw though. A screw? You mean I have to use a tool to take this apart? I mean, yeah, some things kind of are needed, but it is nice. You can remove this, but it also does give a decent bit of perforation for the case, just overall airflow, right? Because you are going to have the option to put 3 fans here on the top of this power cover, and you can see it's fully perforated because you want to get that nice intake air. I mean, literally, your card is going to be like right here, just getting slapped in the face with intake. I mean, what would your card want more, right? Besides, I guess, custom cooling. I mean, we can all be honest about that one, right? But does offer some nice little airflow options there, especially with the same with like this. I mean, perforation from the front, the sides, like pretty much all the way around the case, so it can get some decent intake airflow. We have the 3 fans that are pre-installed, of course, on the case right here. This is basically a new 3-in-1. I actually wanted to take this out, so let me get my screwdriver here. I'm really digging these new 3-in-1 fans because it's basically 3 120 fans, but it's only 4 screws. I mean, who would have thunk? Who would have thunk that somebody would not want to screw 12 screws in for 3 fans? Now you can do it with only 4. So like, these are things that I like magnet connections, I could definitely see us doing more of this. I could definitely see us more. I knew I saw a spider. Don't tell me it's back. Don't tell me it's back. Is it above me? It's gonna be right here on the GoPro, right? It's gonna do this. Is it gonna do this? and then you just come down and just and attack me? Is that what's gonna happen? Could. It could. Don't miss the stream. You never know what could happen next. Never know what could happen next. Thank you guys so much for the follows. Appreciate all you. ML Paladin coming in with the 100 stream streak. Oh my goodness. Wow. A full 100 streams in a row, my friend. I cheers, my friend. Thank you so much for that. That's huge, dude. Not everybody does that, man. I'll drink to that. I'll drink to that. Mike Spider stat. Where? Oh, he gave me a link. Oh, we got to see the link. Oh my God. Distracted. Squirrel. Spider. Let's see. Let's see. I got to see this. Where is it? Wait. Oh, it's right there. It's right there. Wait. Why wouldn't it let me? Oh my God, where'd it go? Wait. What the? Wait, was it in front? What the? Wait. Wait. Where'd it go? Okay, it got here. It's right here. It's right here. It goes underneath the waffle timer. Is it touch my desk? I can't tell if it's like suspended or it's on the wall. It looks like a daddy long legs though, so that's good. That's good. We need this is gonna be a highlight right here. Let's see. There it is. There it is. Get him. Get him. It looks like it went on your desk. So it's under my desk right now is what we're trying to say right now. All right, guys, it was a great stream. Happy Wednesday. We'll see you later. Oh, God. Help. Why did you have to do that? Oh, it's under my leg. Okay. All right. We need to assess.
Mike, clean your walls.
I know, I got it, dude. All right. It was like right here. It was like right here. It wasn't like back here, right? It wasn't back here. It was like right here. Like right here. I don't we're just gonna do this here for the rest of the stream. We're just gonna do this for the rest of the stream, so you know, we don't get attacked. Closer to the camera. We're just gonna sit here and talk and build. You know what I mean? Away from that side of the desk. Granted, it's probably gonna crawl on the desk and crawl up on my legs and attack me. Ah! All right, now if you see it crawling on the case, tell me, okay? You know, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't daddy long legs the most poisonous spiders like in the world? But they can't pierce your skin to get to you, but they're like the most poisonous, but I guess harmless against humans, right? Got thick skin. I got thick skin. But what if it gives you superpowers? You know, I'd probably take that option. Would you not take that option? You know, you'd be like, you know, I'll take it. You know, if you're telling me there's a chance. Daddy long legs are actually not even arachnids. Well, I guess maybe it's just kind of like what I grew up calling them. Is that what they're like officially called? Is that what they're officially called? I don't know. Well, we'll keep an eye out. He'll live in here with me probably for the next 4 or 6 months. But it's probably a good thing because then he can eat the little bugs and everything that are over there from where I leave my lunch and stuff all the time. You know what I mean? Because it's starting to smell over there with all the lunch trash that I just throw it over there. I'm not trying to have like an Asmongold type of room or anything. You know what I mean? I'm joking, by the way. I'm totally joking, by the way. But it does make me want to clean my ass after stream, though. I'll tell you that right now. I think they got all mad at me because I was gone for a couple of weeks at CES, and then I come back, and they're like, dude, what's with all this noise? They turned the lights on. I mean, could you imagine? It was like a couple of weeks, it was just pitch black in here, like just dark, quiet. There's nothing going on. Spider moves in. He goes, hey, man, that's a cool place, dude. That's a cool place. Oh, couple minutes. We got about 20 something minutes left on the waffle. If you guys want to get in on it, should be a lot of fun. We'll see who wins. Definitely remember, I'm always in shorts too. And did you see my stream slips? Look, they're transformative teal. You got to have the stream slips, okay? You got to have the stream slips, man. It's just, it's like I know it's stream day when stream slips are involved. It's always a good thing. I don't, I wonder if Jacob has stream slips. You know what I mean? It's kind of the whole, like, is he wearing pants? Is Jacob even wearing pants under the? Oh man. All right. So where was I? So fans. Yes, let's get back on topic a little bit here. It's Wednesday, like I said. Who cares? Let's get this bad boy out so I can show you guys this. So this is a newer fan that we have. We're kind of doing this on both, I guess you would say on like the budget friendly side as well as on, a decent like mid-range fan as well. Because we got different RGB fans. We did show a couple of these off at CES. This being more of your standard type of fan, of course, it does have ARGB, so the fans do light up. You do have basically 2 wires that come off of this, but hey, it's better than 6, to be fair. But you got your ARGB to plug in for your 5-volt, and then of course your PWM. But then that PWM is going to control all 3 fans equally. And I mean, I actually don't know the spec on this, but I'm assuming it's going to go up to at least probably about 1,000, 1,200 RPMs. We'll have to check. But another observation to kind of bring up too is looking at the fan blade orientation here. So kind of gives you some options as far as what you'd want to do. And this is also something we've been talking about as far as offering these fans separately to match. Because like say you want to have the same fans here, you know what I mean, on the bottom of the case to match as far as, what you'd have over here on the side, right? Because really the fans on the top, you don't see those too much, but we have been talking about this, as well as like the standard single fan. I mean, this is pretty easy. These things, like these fans are already available, but this is going to be something new. We're going to be coming out with a variety of these. I probably say I could see us, doing even more. But another thing, just to give a little observation, these are all intake fans. So these are not going to come with swappable blades to be able to go intake and exhaust. These are at the moment set up as an intake type of orientation. So it kind of gives you some interesting options with the case. I honestly don't know why no one was doing this. I like the daisy chainable ones, but this one that looks so much easier. And that was the same kind of thing that we were thinking was that
anybody?
I think somebody tried to do like a 2-fan combo and stuff like that, but there wasn't really, I don't even think there was RGB, or it was like a single color kind of thing, like way back, right?
1988 just for sub for 6 months.
Appreciate the 6 months, my friend. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think this is a cool idea. I think besides, just magnet connection and all that for fan, one-to-one scenarios, this is going to make it pretty simple for a lot of people. Now, with this coming with the case, to try to give you my bestest of best ways to say why you may want to keep it, it does give some versatility. So with the fact that this is set up in an intake orientation, meaning that it's going to be, air is going to be coming in, not going out. This, in its default position, would then be like an intake. It wouldn't be considered like an exhaust type of thing. It's golden waffle. It's golden waffle. But say you want to put your AIO there. So like you want to put your AIO there, your AIO, almost every AIO out there I've seen comes with fans. I've actually talked about like doing an AIO without fans, like just take the fans out, but they're like, well, how's it going to cool? Like they will understand to buy their own fans. So that could be a thing. Never know. A lot of different things can happen. I mean, a lot of ideas spinning around, thinking up things, but the 3-in-1's pretty cool idea. The fact that this is set up in an intake orientation makes a lot of sense as far as what you would want to utilize this for. Of course, if you're going to be putting your AIO on top, this is going to give you great intake on the side. That would be more or less what I would do too, because you'd have intake on the top. I'd run intake on the side, intake on the bottom, exhaust in the back. Pretty straightforward with that. But the other thing that I like about this is that with these being in an intake orientation, it's not something that you're going to want to use here because that kind of doesn't make sense. And you're definitely not going to want to flip it around and stare at the back of this thing because why would you do that today in 2026? But if you wanted to then put your AIO on the side instead of up on the top, then you could take this and utilize this for intake here on the bottom. And then that way it'd give you a nice little 3-in-1. It'd match with the fan right here in the back. And you wouldn't really necessarily have to budget for any additional extra fans. Now, of course, you'd want this to more or less match up with that AAO, so I get that. But, I mean, it's just the idea of, you know, different options, you know, for what it is. I mean, you can get like a CT120 fan for your AIOs or just buy a Thermaltake AIO that has a similar fan like this. I mean, a lot of our AIOs are going to start coming with fans like these, and I think you're going to start seeing a lot more AIO options from us at Thermaltake where we just have like a 3-in-1 like this. It's 4 screws. It's easy. It's done. You install it. You're good. You know what I mean? And there's no, the thing I just love, there's no wires, there's nothing in between, right? Like, look at this. It's just these two. So everything's internal with the frame. There's nothing really, I mean, actually, it's kind of cool when you look at this. It gives me like old school Stussy vibes. But like, look, you basically see, so here's the cable, how it comes off, right? And it basically just S's its way through all 3 fans. So it's just daisy chaining within the hub as far as where the fans go. There's no wires, nothing on the side, right? There's no little stupid connections. You know, they're not necessarily stupid, but we'll call them stupid. It's Wednesday. Here, I mean, just real simple, easy, right? And I like how this is all kind of self-contained here with the way it's set up here on the back too. You know what I mean? But dude, it's just, again, simple 3 frames into 1. But I think it kind of shows a little bit easier direction for a lot of people with a lot of stuff. I propose jerry rig everything, bend test. You know, void the warranty. Speaking of ideas, you could make an exclamation mark spider to alert you or a sound alert. You know, I might have to consider something about some spider stuff. The good thing is I keep forgetting about it instead of just constantly wondering where it is, because I think that's the worst part. It's not about the fact that you saw said spider. It's the fact that where is said spider now? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's scary. It can be a little scary.
It's a golden waffle ticket.
It's a golden waffle ticket.
I can't believe it.
Are you excited? Are you excited? Get in. We're gonna waffle in. We're gonna be waffling soon. Hold. But yeah, nice little option right here to just mount the 3 fans on the bottom. Just boom, done. Call them intake, and you're good there with that. Versus the one in the back, you can put your AIO there. Grab some other fans on top. It's your fan, your way, right? So you can do some options there with that. But this is new. This is different. This is in the View 370. And you can more or less expect seeing more options like this, I would say, in the future with some of our other cases to come for 2026. So should be some good stuff. Should be some good stuff. Bounty Head's coming in with a hydrate. Thank you so much. Cheers, my friend. In your case, a spider. Ah! No. We're safe. We're safe. I'd let him crawl on me like a tarantula. Just be like,
Mike, watch out. The spider is right behind you.
Ah! Oh no, that's just Chippy's leg. That's just Chippy's leg. No offense. No chippies were harmed. We're good. But yeah, you got the other fan in the back, and it's got the wires for it too. You know, PWM, your 5-volt and all that. Easy to hook up. Like, I mean, come on, guys, super easy. Other things that I'm digging with the case here. So you have a nice cutout here on the back. This, of course, for your access to mount your fans, your AIO, if you decide to go on the side versus on the top. Of course, you have all your cutouts here for your backwards motherboards like BTF, Project Zero, Project Stealth, Project whatever, backwards project of Zero, Back to the Future, right? It's all right here. It's all ready to go. It's all ready to go. So you have all those cutouts for that. The case, of course, does support micro. It supports mini, micro, and ATX. I don't know why you necessarily want to put mini in here, but it kind of goes with just the form factor. But supports up to ATX options there with the case. So do take a reference of that, as some motherboard companies can do some different versions of ATX. You know, 12 by 9.6 is pretty much your standard there. But then trying to squeeze an EATX in when this says it's ATX, just keep in mind that, okay? Because, you know, certain boards, it's not necessarily about where the standoff goes, but just if it extends out, or, you know, certain motherboards too, where they rotate the connectors and everything, just keep that in mind. You know, some of them rotate the connectors all the way around to the backside too. So don't worry, you're good. We got you on that. But just keep in mind all the specs and dimensions. You know, they're on the website there, as well as, you know, you got all the standard form factor standards that apply in regards to that, like your IO and, you know, how everything mounts up and stuff. So should be good there. Now, another thing that's cool too is you can see there is a plate behind the motherboard. We utilize this for storage. So next time you play Arc Raiders and see a tick, you're going to have PTSD. Yeah. Spider! Dude, those little spiders, man. Those little spiders, man. If I was a spider and heard the jams today, I'd crawl down that wall too. Nice. Dude, I'm digging my new little my bangers, man. These are pretty good. Bracket, of course, is removable, so you can still get that nice open space there. I mean, definitely first thing that comes to mind is I forgot to mount the back plate on my motherboard. I don't want to have to take the motherboard back out just to put the stupid back plate back there because I forgot. So like this right here just comes off on the back. It also works as some storage options as well. You can do a single HDD or 2 SSDs on the back panel here of this, and it's just a single screw, kind of just slots in, like kind of locks and loads, and you know, it's good to go. You can just go right in here. So you do have some options for storage. I know a lot of us are on flash memory nowadays. Again, I guess RIP. I mean, I don't know, maybe not now. Hopefully everybody got their NANds in time. But you know, still some options for a decent HDD, SSD for the personal items, you know, secondary drive, you know, stuff like that. Because I think that's important. I'm a big one of that. I definitely have multiple drives in my system. I've always necessarily had that. I've like always had 2. I think I have 3 right now. I definitely necessarily don't want 4, but I'm pretty complacent with 3. I think 3 works for me. 1 HDD and 1 SSD with my M.2. Because I like to put my games on my SSD, even though, because it's like, you know, you don't need to put it on the M.2. I put my OS on the M.2, always. But I'm not usually too critical on the game has to be on the M.2, you know what I mean? Because transfer speeds. I mean, the game doesn't know, you know what I mean? But there's a lot of companies out there that swear by it. And, you know, I've seen them say this game only works with this thing the best. You know, I mean, I've seen them try that stuff too. Usually not the issue that I have, though, to be fair. But cooling options for this, you can do 3 160s. Oh, 3 160s. You can do 3 120s on the top. You can also do 3 120s down the side, in the back, and then 3 along the bottom. So, I mean, dude, that's 10 fans in a mid-tower case. So you got definitely some options for cooling there when it comes to that. You know, of course, power supply mounted bottom in the back, standard stuff. You got just heaps of room in here for all the cables and all that fun stuff. Nice little cutouts, like right here for your Gen 5 cable, if you have that, for that sick NVIDIA graphics that you might have, or others, you know what I mean? But nice little cutouts there for access to those kind of things for that cable that's gonna go to your graphics card, amongst like just other things you have. Filters, you know, all this fun stuff all has just tons and tons. I mean, even this little panel, so I don't know if I can, this is probably magnetized too well. Maybe the spider glued it in. Maybe it is glued in. Is it glued in? Whatever. But like filters, magnetic, simple and easy. You got filters both on the top. Back panel has a filter in it as well. I don't want to reach over there because I'm afraid I'm going to get attacked. And then, yeah, I believe right down here too, another filter there on the bottom, kind of give you a little bit of an undercarriage shot here of the case. So you got little rubber padded feet. Of course, you got nice little filter, you know, protects everything, just looks perfect, you know, keeping all of the dust bunnies out. Because you got to remember, with filtration is about intake. It's not about exhaust. I see a lot of people get that kind of backwards. Rip Chris Cannell. Oh, I got distracted with that. Here, filters definitely matter for like intake versus exhaust, because ideally exhaust going out the filter and everything. I mean, something like this on the top, you're going to have more of that dust on the inside, where like on the filter that's going to be down here on the bottom, it's going to be on the outside, keeping the dust out of the case, right? So if you get good filtration, hence this top filter on the inside should not be too dirty. You know what I mean? Or you just got a dirty house, or maybe you were working a sawmill. You know what I mean? There's certain people I was just like, how did this happen? And it's like, oh, it's in a sawmill. And we're like, oh, you could have started with that part. You know what I mean? Like, and that was like that was an interesting one. You know what I mean? But I was pretty impressed with the filtration efforts there with that. It's just, you more or less have to clean it every 30 minutes, you know, stuff like that, you know? Less than 5 minutes on the waffle, less than 7 minutes over here. You'll have your chance. Couple of minutes left. You got to get in on it, all right? You got to get in on it. I see you guys still waffling. Hurry up. Hurry up. You're going to run out of waffles. We're going to run out. The kitchen's going to close. Make sure you get in on there. We got a couple more things to talk about. The case. All right. So we talked about the front panel. A lot of this stuff, dude, it would have been kind of cool if this stuff here on the front was removable, as far as like these actual like plates go, like for like the IO and stuff. They are like, as far as the way the outer panel is, these are tacked in. So these are in there, but the IO panel is removable. And basically kind of just like it's not like a false front, but it's flush with the front panel. So the connectors and everything like that. As far as I can see the PCB module, I don't know if I can necessarily, but I mean, I don't know if you can see right in here, but the PCB and everything's removable. So you can basically take this whole thing out. So if there was like something wrong with it, you would just be able to remove the cables with the PCB, and like we would swap it out under RMA. It wouldn't be something where you'd have to take this off, you know what I mean? Like, and send the whole panel in, you know what I mean? We've been doing that a lot, I would say, pretty recent. Well, not recently. We've been doing it for a while, actually, a few years. I mean, certain things are different, you know what I mean? But, you know, still the same. I had the Arctic 360 for years, and it looks great. Yeah, and I think a lot of it is maintenance, you know what I mean? As far as, you know, what environment it's in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll tell you, I've talked to a few people, you know, that are big fans of incense. Well, you know, incense is like just little dust particles flying in the air. So you really got to kind of think about that. It's kind of the same kind of reason why with our PCs, we just don't want no smoking going on. You know what I mean? That stuff can be a real bad thing for your computer and bad for you too. You know, a little PSA from your boy ThermalMike. But make sure, you know, you maintain and keep that up, because you don't want stuff getting into your other components and, you know, having to do it. Usually the case should help you. You know, that's what this is here for, right? But yeah, some cool stuff there with that, with the IO. I like how that's removable. You don't have to like take the panel off and everything. And, you know, just speaking of the I.O., just to kind of talk about this a minute, if I can just undo my...
The itsy bitsy spider climbed up the PC tower wall. Swoosh went the fan and made the spider fall. Off went the fan. No longer did it blow. So the itsy bitsy spider back up the wall did go.
Nice. 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 Hopefully he's still itsy bitsy. He hasn't started crawling up my leg yet. It's like those things where, like, you know, you're looking and you're trying to pinpoint to see if you can see them, but you can't. And then you're wondering, where is he now? Is he just going to be on the microphone just, you know what I mean? I'm just, hey guys, oh yeah, what's going on and everything like that. And he's like, ah! It could happen. He could be right here on my drink and you guys do a hydrate or whatever and I go like this and I might eat him. Good protein. Good protein. This is interesting. They put this there's like a plastic bag over this. Oh, keeps it fresh. Keeps the connections fresh. But yeah, all white wires. All white connectors. I know I've been plagued for years about people saying, dude, ketchup and mustard cables, man. Well, when is that going to change, right? Ketchup and mustard. Look. It's 2026, guys. 2026. So your front panel is now a big one piece. And look, it's all white cables. There's no mustard and ketchup in here, right? Look at that. See, all white cables because you have to have that. Now, you get a backwards connector motherboard. Don't complain to me about the cables, all right? Because all that stuff's in the back anyways. You got your Type-C. I feel like something's crawling on my leg right now. And then, of course, you have your USB 3 right here as well. Some cool stuff. I got the itchy heebie-jeebies now. I got the heebie-jeebies, man. Oh, my waffle. Oh, my waffle. All right, you guys. I think Waffle just closed. I'm going to resume it for 2 more minutes so you can't call me a liar with the Waffle timer. Gotcha. I gotcha. You're not going to be clipping me on that one. Front panel should move to USB-C. No, yeah, front panel has USB-C. So you get USB-C and 2 3.0s, no more 2.0s. And that's been, I would say, a good amount of cases have been that way. And I just opened up the Waffle, by the way. So if you didn't get in, this is your last 2 minutes to Waffle, okay? So I reopened it. If you're already in, you're good. If you're not, what are you waiting for? Get in there. Get in there. Hullbreaker says, go figure, I buy sleeving and white heat shrink to clean up all the black cables all over. And now they changed the white connectors and cables. Glad to see you,
guess what day it is?
Oh, hey, what's up,
come on, I know
Shellback?
you
What's
can
up,
hear
bro?
me. Mike,
Oh, man.
What day is it,
Oh,
Mike?
man. I know. I mean,
McWillshire Baggins just resubbed for 35 months.
hey, let's go, McWillshire
Therma 20
Baggins.
waffles, waffle time.
Hey, appreciate the
Therma 20
35.
waffles, waffle time. Therma 20 waffles, waffle time.
Waffle. What day is it, Mike? Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. And yeah, I it's been something I've been asking for a while. And it was just like, why does it still have to? Oh, because, you know, the factory and, you know, they won't know where what goes and what pin goes with where and the connector and all that, right? And I'm like, cool, can we, it's like, can you get some training? But yeah, no, all white now. I love it. And then, you know, it's just, it's not even about what color it is. It's just the fact that it's all one color and it looks clean AF like that. And I mean, yeah, you're not going to necessarily see it down here on the bottom, especially if you go vertical with the graphics card, but still. Or if you have backwards connectivity and your motherboard, you know, has the connectors, you know, dyslexic connectors on it. We have that too. So you can just plug it in back here. Doesn't matter what color it is. Well, I mean, maybe it does. I know some people that do take good pride in their cable management and what it looks like in the back, because it matters to you what it looks like, not somebody else. I don't care How many people are going to look at the back of your computer, right? Do you drive down the street and open your hood? Somebody wants to see what it looks like? Maybe. But I think there's one more panel to remove. I'm double
A
checking.
comma, a period, and an exclamation mark were called into court. They were being sentenced.
Oh my God, for how long? They're being sentenced. Wow. It was the noun. No, it was the verb. The jury is. So, one thing that I do like about the case is options. So one of the other options that the case offers, there's a single set screw. So like you can see right here, this will fit 3 120s. So you can fit your 3 120 fans right there. It's not like it's the cover is kind of blocking it, but what we've done is you can still fit 3 120 fans. I'm not really necessarily quoting that you can go 4 and go that route, but this does come off as an optional bracket that you can remove right here on the case. And then this does give you that extra depth to go down further. And I think a lot of that varies with the AIO, how you want your tubes to come out and where, because a lot of times if the way this is set up, this is basically edge to edge on the frame with fans. But if you did that with the AIO, these tubes are literally almost hidden by the top like edge here of the case. So you want to drop it down a little bit, but we're not talking about gapping out the top crazy, but this just gives you a little bit of extra wiggle room. It's also to help out too with this being a little bit thicker. So like if you want to do like, you know, your rad with your fans, you know what I mean? So you have to have that little bit of a gap or that spacing there with that. And I mean, I guess you can kind of get the full slotting here because there's slots down here too. So you can really kind of bury this down in the bottom. Don't know necessarily if that would be the direction to go as far as like your main focus with that, but you'd still be able to do your 3 fans. It just gives you a little wiggle room. It's nice. I like things like that. I got no audio in movie theaters. If I get called on YouTube, can someone tag me here, please? Oh, I see. Teffin getting the backup plan. Well, the good thing is we do put the winner's name in the chat, so you do just have to watch the chat very closely. Watch the chat for the name. Watch the chat for the name. But that, yeah, I mean, the only other thing that is removable, but not necessarily something you take off and then put back on. Well, I mean, I guess you do take it off and put it back on, but you rotate it. But the case does also offer vertical mounting with the graphics card. So out of the box, you get your traditional GPU mounted in this way, but then you can rotate this entire back bracket so that it goes up vertical that way, and then your graphics card can mount in here directly. You get little standoffs. Just have to buy a riser cable, but we'll come back to that. I think we need to get. I think we need to check some waffle times and move away from the spider. It's on me. It's on me somewhere. My cable management is award-winning. I won Robitex contest. Nice. What a flex. What a flex. Cable Master 2025. How many 200s? Is the -3. If you try to put a 200, you'll actually lose 3 fans if you try to put one in. That's what happens. Sorry. I have a Ninja Turtle waffle maker and I use it. Dude, what Ninja Turtle? It better be Michelangelo. Better not be Raph. I do, sir. I do. You know, I think cable management really kind of sets apart like who you are. TT 8,000 millimeter riser cable. Dude, 8,000 mil. I mean, bro, we have 1,000. I mean, if you wanted 8,000 mil riser cables, I mean, you could watch that Linus Tech Tips video we did like 7 years ago, and they connected, I think, almost 8 riser cables. I'd have to actually, dude, I'm curious on that actually. How many riser cables did they? You know, That was actually something that we tested. We had to test this before we sent it to Linus. Was it in another room? Was that what it was called?
You stole his leg. Instead of hate, he sent 8. Chippy sends his regards.
You forgot you monster. But I guess Cyberbrain put it up, so that's okay. He's leaving the signature for Pig. That's Pig's signature, though, right there. I'm trying to think, what was that video, man? Wait, if I go to videos, maybe... Was it this one? How many PCI connections? Yep, I don't got ad blocker. Dude, you could tell how long ago this was. Was this the one? Yeah, this is the one. Look. I remember doing this before we sent it, and I was terrified. It's like 10 feet. All right, let's see. Look, he literally took our riser cables, because like that's like 1,000, that's another 1,000. It still worked. How many is that? $3.6 meters. So how many riser cables is that? He's just holding it. He's just freaking holding it. I love it. Oh. Maybe not, Linus. Maybe not. But dude, that was crazy. We ended up, I remember going like, how many riser cables can you connect before you start to lose signal or just have any type of interference, man? It was pretty crazy, man. It was pretty crazy. Mike, Intel comeback coming as soon or what? Intel comeback coming soon. I think Intel's got some good stuff down the road. I think they definitely, you know, with the way they did, you know, they had to do the foundry stuff. It really kind of set them back on a lot of things. I mean, I talked to them a lot, if you can understand.
60% of the time, it works every time.
And it's not necessarily with the meme, like tying it with Intel, right? But like, dude, I think they have some good stuff. I mean, with, you know, with the refresh coming and then, you know, new stuff coming out, I think we're going to start seeing some better stuff with them. I'm just curious what they're going to do with the naming. Like, oh my gosh, let's not make the naming more difficult and everything like that. But it's still, sorry, driving right now. Well, you know, it's waffle time. Did everybody get in on the waffle, by the way? I need to close this. I need to close this. Hey, by the way, hey, cheers. Thanks for the hydrate. I'm almost out of coolant, man. I'm almost out of coolant. Yeah, and I think it's a down the road kind of thing, like Dorian was said. Getting the foundry set up to be able to give them options to do more things was a huge setback. And that's kind of where I think we saw with what went on with the CPUs. But hang in there, guys. Hang in there. You know what I mean? We'll see what they got going on. We'll see what they got going on. I'm sorry I can't spoil stuff. I know many things, but there are NDA things in place.
Mike, what day is it, Mike?
You know? But I'm excited. I wouldn't say that they're definitely bowing out anytime soon. They got a lot coming. They got a lot coming. And we'll just see what's going on. I think the most interesting thing is going to be like just overall, like new component pricing after this whole RAM GPU fiasco goes on, right? You can't get the chips, so you can't buy the stuff, or if you can buy the stuff, it's $1,000. But when will that end? Is it going to end? When? But then, like, think about, like, what's next gen going to be? I mean, if NVIDIA comes in, they have a graphics card. That graphics card's $5,000. Are they going to have a 6090 for $5,000, or is it going to go back to 2,500? Like, how are they going to offset that shift, right? It's going to be interesting. Same with RAM. Is RAM just going to be $700 forever now? I mean, I don't necessarily think so. God, I hope not. But still, it's something a lot of us is just an unknown right now. I mean, we're just going to have to wait and see. We're just going to have to wait and see. I don't know. I don't know what's necessarily going to happen. All right. All right. Last minute waffles. I think we're good. Everybody get in. We got a lot of waffles today. A lot of waffles. You get hungry. A lot of waffles. Everybody in? All right, closed. All right, that's it. That's it. Waffles are done. You're done. Waffles are done. At Thermaltake Live, can the Tower 300-600 screen add-on be used with the case? I haven't looked into it yet. Just had a thought. No. So these newer cases like the 370, the View 600, they're all supporting the new 6-inch 6-inch screen. So there is unfortunately not like a replacement plate for the smaller screen. Like if you have like a tower right now and you want to feel like you want to repurpose, you know, that screen there, I would say to not get rid of it. You can utilize that screen for other things. I mean, dude, you can put a magnet on it and it'll stick to anything. You can double-sided tape it almost anywhere. It's just motherboard companies need more 2.0 internal headers, man. Like, or they need to give us a different connection for A/B processing connectivity. Something. We need something. You know what I mean? Something for sure. Something for sure. But all right. Let's get on into it. Are you guys ready? Are we ready? Let's go. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. I think I got it right. Wait, no, I don't have it right. Wait. Just kidding. Just kidding. All right, go.
Still using a 1070.
Nice. Dude, I know people using 1070s, 1080s out there still, 2070s and all that stuff, man. You never know, dude. I mean, not everybody needs top-end graphics. What games? What games? But it's waffle time. Let's not worry about pricing and let's worry about prizes. I love my 1080 as well. My orange PC still got 980 Ti's in there. TIs. I had to do it. All right. All right. Your weekly waffle is here. If you typed ! waffle, now is your chance. Pull that car over, put the blinker on. If you're walking your car or you're washing your dog, it is time to find me in the tabs up top. Second screeners, lurkers, it's time to turn the sound back on. All right, baby. Your weekly waffle. Hey, no problem, man. Shoot me a DM, dog, anytime. You guys want it. You guys are going to get it. Waffle time is now. Here we go. Neuropaga. Let's go. Congratulations. Neuropogo. Let's go. Let's go. GG's. PogChamp. PogChamp. Congratulations. Congratulations on winning that waffle. You say spin it, you're going to win it. Good luck to ya. Good luck to ya. Was about to walk my waffle. Well, now you're going to spin it, baby. Let's go. Let me know. You got to say when. Spin it, he says. Let's go. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Big waffle, big waffle, big waffle. Congratulations on winning your choice of some TT gear. We got a variety of keyboards, mice, headsets, bunch of stuff for you to choose from. Of course, it's your prize, your way, here at Thermaltake Live, baby. Let's go. Congrats. Congrats. All right, who's going to join him? Who's going to join him? Close. It was close. It was. I was like, oh! Oh! The red one, by the way, is a $200 TT store credit grand prize that would be applied to your account so that you can buy anything at thermaltakeusa.com. All right? But there's some other great prizes up there from fans, power, AIOs, and more for you to win. And it's your prize your way. So we give you guys a lot of flexibility here. We don't want you to give you 140s when your case only supports 120s. We're not going to give you 2 left socks. We'll give you left and right. All right. Next winner coming up. 3, 2, 1. Painful split. Congratulations. Painful split over on Twitch. We got back-to-back Twitchers today. Back-to-back Twitchers. The 200s. Painful split. Are you there? Give it away now. Give it away now. Give it away now. Oh, no. Give it away now. Is he in the list? Oh, let's see. Painful, where are you at? Painful, where are you at? Painful.
Waffle Man!
Waffle Man!
Waffler, golden crispy, bad guys are history. Yeah!
Oh, come on, Painful. Don't be washing your dog or walking your car right now, please. If you're trying to pull over, use the horn. Honk more. Louder. I don't see him in the chat. Oh, I don't see him in the chat. Yeah, we're going to switch it up. Real quick. Let's go back to...
Lizard.
I know. Where is he? Where is he? I'm going to play my new jam. I want to hear it again. Here. Painful split needs to waffle up.
In the morning?
Got to waffle up, painful split. Waffle up. Oh, I forgot to change the audio. There you go.
Yeah.
Waffle up. Where you at?
Big bite, name Mike, some bright, sand in my kicks, but I walk so
Painful split.
My grill on high every Wednesday morning, they line outside. They don't come for the coffee, they come for the ride. I'm the camel with the lettuce and the syrup on the side. It's hump day. Waffle up if you got the stuff. Waffle up.
Come on, Painful. I'm giving you a solid, man.
Got no pancakes here, just square soaking up that love. It's hump day. Waffle up if you got the stuff. Hey, I play
He's
shows
walking
and
his
shade
spider.
low on the stage, Thermaltake lights up, whole crowd in the blaze, fans chant Mike K.
Oh! Oh, he's there! Let's go! Let's go! Oh my God! I was about ready to start the countdown, dog. I was about ready to start the countdown, my friend. He was waffling. He waffled up. He waffled up. He was washing his chair. You know, sometimes those things you got to get those done. Hey, Painful Split, congratulations, my friend. You say spin it, you're going to win it, my friend. Good luck. He waffled up. Spin when ready. Let's go. Ooh, flipping on the other side. Congrats on winning yourself a choice of Thermaltake fans. We got a lot of stuff there for you. Waffle up, baby. Let's go. God, this is a new one. I'm liking this one. Let's go. Congrats. Glad you made it. Let's go. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, guys. That's it for Noise. Oh, man. Good stuff. Headed straight for the door. But 3 weeks in a row missing it. Oh, sorry, Chef. Get back in there. Thank you. Glad you made it, though, man. Congrats again to our waffle winners. Make sure, of course, that you send me a message on Discord to verify you are a meat popsicle. No bots here. And we'll send you all the proper information to claim your prize. All right. Don't forget, you can just send me a DM directly through Discord. You don't have to friend request me. Just shoot me a DM. It should be open. But if you do have some issues, just let me know or shoot a message in our live stream chat. If you need the Discord link, !Discord to join. You got a fun little community. You guys should come hang out. We talk about waffles, hump day, cases, power, some racing. We should do more. Cooling. Memes. I love waking up to my thermal memes in the morning. I gotta tell you guys, I do like to see what you guys post in there. Yeah, slide into those DMs just like the spider is up my leg right now. Ah! Please don't. Please don't. Spider check. Spider check. I wasn't looking at this case for a good couple minutes. He's my CES spider. He's my CES spider. No, I think we're good. Oh God, what a stressful hump day it's been. What a stressful hump day. I'm gonna go out and get like 12 of those foggers and just bomb this room. Be like, frag out! Just shut the door and throw a towel under it and be like, see you tomorrow. And then everything's just dead on the floor and you're like, whoa, look how many other things were alive in here. No, it's okay. It's okay. I'll let the cleaning crew know. I'll let the cleaning crew know. Oh man, happy hump day, you guys. Hope you guys are having a good Wednesday. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys being here, you know. It's always a joy. It's always a joy. You guys split up my week too, you know what I mean? So it's always good to have you. All right, so last couple of things about the case here before we go. So ATX form factor, of course, backwards connection. We were talking about that. We've talked and covered the cooling. Standard power supply, nothing funny no funny business going on with power. Pretty standard, straightforward stuff. Something a little different though from us here at Thermaltake is the rotatable PCIe brackets. Now, there's a lot of third-party kits that are out there, but those third-party kits are not designed to support the case in a native type of mounting, right? I think, is this a little... Okay, I was making sure it wasn't too loud. But the rotational, giving you a native rotation on this, so the card still goes into the same slots. It's still got the same connectivity out the back. You're not running cables through the case, you know, things like that and everything. So it's got some different stuff. Let's go ahead and we'll take this off. I think there's 4 screws on the back that you remove. We'll go ahead and we'll take this one off over here. One more up top. I'm gonna get attacked. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Oh, so taking the 4 screws out of the back basically allows this to be removed. This is the entire PCIe bracket. So the whole thing can come out. Of course, you know, you got your screws right here for each of the individual blanks. You'll then, of course, remove those, you know, to put your graphics card in and everything. But what this does is it gives you the option to be able to rotate this and, well, wait, to go sideways here to then mount this up like so that way you can then mount the card in a vertical environment utilizing a riser cable. Now, we have a variety of riser cables out in the market. One of our latest ones has a nice 90-degree bend to it. It's a good short length that's perfect for this case. I'll go pull that up on the website here in just a second so you guys can understand which one I'm referring to. It is a 4.0 riser cable, but I haven't seen degradation issues with it for 5.0 cards. I don't necessarily think it's going to be any type of major concern, but at the same time, you know what I mean, you can still go in standard, so it gives you the option to go either way with it. It's just a simple rotation of the back panel, and as you can see, the whole thing comes out. Just the whole thing kind of comes out. You can do whatever you want. You know, we just give you the option. There's a hole. You can just do whatever you want. Put it at a 45-degree angle for all I care. You know what I mean? The riser cables can do some fun things. But the one thing, so there is a takeaway to this, right? So the one thing to understand about the way this bracket goes is that if you are going to plan to go vertical with the card versus the traditional way, right? If you are planning to go vertical with the card, you need to rotate this before installing your motherboard, because this bad boy slots in. I mean, it does go in behind the motherboard tray just a little bit. I think you can see that right there. So it goes behind the motherboard tray just a little bit, and in the default orientation that it's in, trying to remove this after the motherboard comes out is something you should pay attention to. I mean, it really doesn't, I mean, worst case, you're probably pulling out like this and this standoff and kind of doing a little PCB flex to get this bad boy out. But if you're already planning on going that route, just make sure you change this first before putting your motherboard in for a easy experience. A less stressful experience versus installing this here and wondering if there's a spider currently crawling on your leg. You know what I mean? Nobody wants that. So make sure that if that is something you do want to do, you're just going to have to take that, rotate it, flip it over, whatever you want to go, which way. And then there is 2 dedicated mounts. And then like I was showing earlier, what is it? The standoffs. You get 2 long standoffs. They basically have dedicated mounting options for the card to be able to be secured in here. But you have to understand too that if I am planning on running 3 fans here on the bottom, it is going to cover up that vertical mounting. So ideally, this might not be the best thing to use as an example because it's 3-in-1, right? But you know, you can still mount 2 fans. I believe you can mount 2 fans here and still be able to mount the riser. We'll double check that in our upcoming streams as we're going to be doing a full AIO build in the PC here and just kind of go over all those fun little details and everything. Today's just about the case and what options it has and where everything goes and how everything comes apart. Always like to do this. We do this for every case that comes our way. Yeah, so just silver simple standoffs. They screw into the top of the power cover. Your riser cable
Mike,
mounts on
what
top
would you
of
say
that.
is the closest recent Thermaltake case to View 71 or Level 20 GT? 200mm fan compatibility not required. Sad face.
I mean, bro, besides View 71 and Level 20, Level 51. Or View 51. View 51 is good. Like, I went from a View 51 to a View... Or I'm sorry, I went from a 71 to a 51, but the sad part is I don't know if you can get a 51 anymore. You know? I mean, you look at like cases and stuff too. Oh yeah, there's a spider right there. Well, like, let's see here. Let's go to Thermaltake USA. So full tower wise, right? I mean, in a way, the View 600 is the next option. Regardless of looks, when you're talking about size and fitment wise, View 600 is more or less the ticket. It's the one that's going to have those things that you're going to want that's comparable to it. We had some other cases in the like the CTE stuff and everything, but I would not say it's the same. I mean, this CTE C750 right here is very View 51, but there's a lot of other options there with that. But it's a larger case, right? But I'm trying to give you some answers. Something like this would be what I'd look at. I would probably look at because see, dude, here's that 51, dude. That 51 was sick. I was a big fan of that. I put a full distro here instead of 2 200mm fans because it's, you know, bend the tube, not the knee, right? But like, dude, the View 71, this was back when everything had to be tempered glass. Yes, that's right. Everything was tempered glass. I mean, the V71 to the View 71, then the View 51. I mean, dude, that was just These were the cases. Like this still is a good case. This is still a pretty good case. Supports all the same stuff. The only thing that shows the age with this case is the fact that it has two 2.0 USB internal headers on the IO. That's just kind of like the difference. And no Type C. Wait. Did this one? No, it did have Type C. It did have Type C. So this was probably one of the first ones that had Type C that we were doing. I remember those conversations. When are motherboards going to start putting Type C internal headers? You know what I mean? So our cases can not have 2.0 anymore. Like, I'm still using my View 51. Exactly. I mean, dude, if I didn't work for the company and I didn't change cases out and be a addict, yeah, I'd probably be in my View 51 too. But yeah, that'd probably be where I'd be at. That'd probably be where I'd be at. Let me see, if I come over to global, I think the 370 was the new one. I don't think, because then, yeah, this is just the travel cases, the Coralie case, S380s. I mean, View 390, but nah, I wouldn't say it's the same. I mean, the View 390 Air is pretty good because the View 390 Air does support two 200 mil fans. The 390 Air is one of the only newer cases we offer that support 200 mil fans. So if that is a thing for you to consider, consider that. Just some stuff to consider. Oh, and I totally spaced. I was going to show you this. So like if you come over here to our USA site, we go over here to Glue, we go over here to accessories. And here's all the covers, all the tower stuff and everything. So these are the riser cables for the CTE cases. Granted, these work pretty good for a lot of different things, but it's way too long for this case, right? For the View 370. Way too long for the View 370. This right here is the riser cable you want. This is a 4.0 cable. I know it's not a 5.0 cable, it's a 4.0 cable. It's almost half the cost of what 3.0 cables used to cost. But one of the nice things about this one is it's dual 90 degree. So you get 90 degree on the bottom. So that just mounts to those two standoffs right here, right? Like right here. And then, yeah, like you can't see my other finger. But like, that's going to mount to those standoffs right there on the bottom for the power cover. And then that top one just, bam, plugs in like a duckbill right into the PCIe. And it's perfect length for it. $60. This should do 5090s, whatever you want to do. No problem. No problem. I haven't seen any issues. No one's told me any issues. I've tested a variety of things. I mean, dude, we had Jacob here on stream with a 5090 founders card, and we threw that into a TR100 travel case, and that had to have a riser cable, and that worked good. That worked good. I mean, it would have been nice to have a little more airflow for the little bad boy, for the beast of a card that was, but it worked. You know what I'm saying? But this would be the cable that you'd want to use. I'll break that down.
Mike.
I think, and kind of talk about that, just a little bit more when we get around to the part of like putting the card in, and I'll talk more about like, okay, so if you go this way, here's your A and B. You can pick what you want to go. Here's your give and your take, as far as the way certain things are going to mount in there with the case. But yeah, other than that, I mean, simple accessories. We're talking $100 case coming soon. Here from us at Thermaltake, the new View 370. I guess my waffle timer reset, but the new View 370 is coming out. We're gonna have this available in both black as well as the snow or the white color. I'm not sure if we're gonna do colors. We talked about it at CES, but I guess we got to kind of see how everything's going to go in the market. I think if you guys can understand me, my tried and true wafflers, you guys understand what's going. Business sense wise, we can't come out with every case in 15 to 20 different colors. It's just not, it doesn't make business sense. But if a case like this does well, color options become easier as far as going forward. But we have units that we still have to move, right? I mean, and in this current market, with what I mean, dude, looking at the cost of what I paid for my RAM today from what I paid for it back in just May of last year, holy wow. I could sell my RAM for double and still be like $200 under what I'm seeing on eBay. Like, I could probably put my RAM up. I'm actually thinking about it, but like, just put it up for a lowball price. Just be like, here, somebody take it. I got a 64 gig kit. I feel bad for you. grab it. But see, it's always like the toughest part is that I always feel somebody that's going to grab it is going to be somebody that's going to flip it and just turn around and just put it up on eBay again for $300 more, you know? So that stuff's tough. That stuff's tough. But I can understand where a lot of people are in those types of situations, right? Graphic cards are harder and harder to find, and the price is going higher and higher. I haven't really checked too much on the AMD and Intel side of things as far as where they're going, as far as like what their availability is, you know what I mean, versus like NVIDIA and stuff. I do follow them a lot closer, but I am interested to see what AMD and Intel are going to do in this situation, how they're affected with it, just the same. But I mean, bro, it's quite pricey, right? It's quite pricey. So being able to consider somebody buying a new case because they're going to do a new build, not as big of a thing as I would say the normal is. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people are going to be out there. They're going to be looking for stuff to buy, and they're either going to be like, hey, I don't want to pay that much, or hey, I can't get what I want. But then, you know, a lot of us still have an itch to scratch. So, I mean, some of us, like myself, dude, I'm solid. I'm good. I don't feel like I need to upgrade. I feel like there's a lot of people in the same shoes as me. And I think one of the funniest things is over my Christmas break, I transferred everything into a new case. I wanted a new color. I wanted a new case. So I literally pulled everything out of my old Thermaltake case and put it into a new Thermaltake case. Now, I didn't change my motherboard, didn't change my graphics, you know, CPU, RAM, hard drive, like all that stayed the same. But I did change my AIO cooler because the one I had on was about 2-3 years old. I had to go with matcha fans because I had a matcha case. So then I got some new cooling for it. Funny enough, I went from a case that had fans that had one cable to one fan, and then I went from that to magnet fans. So now I got 3 with one, and oh my goodness, that changed my life. Like the bundle of wires back here was just atrocious. So switching into a different case, give me a new fresh color. I put some new fans in there. I mean, I felt like I upgraded. It was almost to the point where like, no, I'm not going to upgrade, but I'm going to change some other stuff, like kind of like refreshing my case. So I'm curious to see if people are interested in stuff like that, or like, you know, hey, I might not want to buy it. It's like, it's not even about do you have the money. It's that do you want to pay that? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Mike, for 2 or 3 years, where is Mike you imposer? I know. No, I know. I mean, I've had a variety of systems. Majority of them have been hard to builds, but just recently it's just been, I'm just switching stuff out. You know what I mean? I know. I feel it's a sad day. It's a sad day, but times will change. Remember how many bends we'd probably do? Almost every build we did was custom hard tube bending. Remember? Like, because it was the thing. But coolers got cooler.
What day is it, Mike?
I mean, I don't know really necessarily what to tell you, but yeah, I mean, dealing with the cable management, dealing with all the other things, like taking, you know, it was really nice to not have to clean the fans too, you know, to be fair, put some fresh new clean ones in there, but having all that stuff to be able to get like all those new parts and just kind of refresh my case, felt good. It felt good. I'm interested to see if that's what more people are going to be thinking about this year, or at least the first half of this year. You know, just in regards to the current situation, right? And then we're all going to watch and see what happens. I mean, Q1 is going to be over sooner than you think. Q2 is usually one of the driest parts of the year. So where's that? What's all going to happen there with that? And I mean, it's not just us, man. It's everybody. Everybody's affected, right? It's not, you know what I mean? Like, motherboard companies aren't going to sell $1,000 motherboards as much as they were because you can't get the rest of those parts. And if you want to get the rest of those parts, guess what? That $1,000 motherboard is going to be looking a lot more expensive than what you really want. And you're going to start looking at $500 motherboards or $300 motherboards because you're going to have to make up for that difference, right? So I feel you guys on that. I wish you the best of luck. Shop. Don't impulse buy. Keep an eye on what's going on out there, man. And just do the best you can. You know what I mean? Business sense wise, how do you make computers without RAM? Well, to be fair, I've seen people selling systems without graphic cards easily, right? We've seen that already from the 30 series launch, right? But like, I honestly feel you're going to start seeing cases that don't come with RAM. And it's like, you can buy everything but the RAM. Maybe they'll have the GPU, but they're not going to have the RAM. They're going to want to try to figure out, will you buy a case without RAM in it? And then buy RAM somewhere else, figure out whatever you want to do, or even maybe take the RAM out of your current case to put it in your new motherboard. But then that's kind of iffy, right? Because the DDR5 and 4 transition was just it was a while ago. I mean, I guess, you know what I'm saying? Like, you probably have DDR4 if you're looking to upgrade, but then there's some junkies like myself that have a DDR5 build, and you're like, I just want another DDR5 build, and I might be able to migrate my RAM from the other. It's kind of like thinking like hard drive, right? Like, a lot of times I just pull my hard drive from one to the other. You know what I mean? It's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting. MSI Godlike, yeah, $1,000, dude, easy $1,000. Freaking box, 1,000 RAM, 1,000 motherboard, $5K GPU. I mean, right? But then you have a 1080p monitor. Is that right? What's resolution mean? How big would X3D L2 cache have to be to negate the need for RAM? Fair question. Like, I honestly think that could strategically put them, but I just don't feel that's going to happen. Like, I just don't feel that they're going to just settle and this is going to be the situation. Yeah, we know AI pulled 40% of the quantity for what, till 2029, almost 2030, something like that, where they're getting 40% of the chips globally for AI stuff, or at least that's the ballpark rumor I've heard. With 60% going to everybody else, car industry, PC, everything, right? Medical, all that stuff. So laugh out loud, Tiger Direct, rip Tiger Direct, man. They would definitely have some good deals, and I would always try to take advantage of them. But like, we'll just have to wait and see what's going on with stuff like that. I think, from us trying to launch and talk about a dual PC case at CES and getting all the memes of like, who can afford one PC, let alone two Thermaltake? I mean, I get that. But you know what? There are people out there that are still buying and building, man. So, I mean, it is what it is. And the funny part is when we design these things were not happening at the time of design. You know what I mean? Like, this stuff takes a little bit of time. A lot of that stuff kind of just changed quickly, right? I think literally it was like right before Black Friday. Black Friday was our last hurrah. That was like the last hurrah of discounts, and then there was this company, January 1st hit, they just canceled everybody's orders. I mean, dude, Black Friday was your last hurrah. I hope you guys got it, because it's gone. Sad, but we'll have to wait and see. Always try to stay positive. We'll see what's going on. I mean, even for us with our RAM, it's all sold out. It's gone. I have people asking for RAM content creators. I wish I could do it. I can't. I got some emails I got to respond to, and they're like, dude, I don't have that RAM. I'm sorry. I don't got it. Even if I had it, it's going to go probably, unfortunately, to something else like an LCGS system, because it's just that tight right now, man. It's pretty crazy. But hey, we hang in there. Handle with what you got. You should probably be good. I think a lot of us here have been pretty good. You know what I mean? Gonna sit on it for another year and see. Yeah, exactly. I think that's where, like, I'm complacent with my 40 series card. I really am. I mean, I'm in a DDR5 board. I have latest Intel CPU. Shouts to Intel, and it's working good. So I'm good. There's no game that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Everything that I'm playing. The only game that made me do any upgrade last year was Star Citizen, because of the 32 gigs of RAM. And funny enough, I upgraded in May to a 64 gig kit. 2 sticks, because you couldn't run 4. I still can't run 4 sticks in my motherboard. So that's even another thing, right? So I had 32, and then I bought another 32, thinking, oh, cool, I'll just run a 4-stick 64 gig kit. Nope, didn't work. Even at 4,800, it didn't work. So,
Mike.
at JDEX spec, it's not working. Then I go and I look and it's not on the list. And I'm just like, okay. So then I just returned that 32 gig kit. I I probably should have kept it. And then I bought a 64 gig. You know how much I paid for my 64 gig kit back in May? DDR5 6000 or 6400 mega transfer, DDR5 2x32 64 gig kit. I paid $169. The same kit is $700 on Amazon. I'm just lost for words, man. So do your research, shop. Man, maybe find somebody that's just, they upgrade, they don't know. Not everybody watches Gamers Nexus every day. Not everybody knows who Linus Tech Tips is, right? You never know what you could find out there. Check the yellow pages, guys. You know, find the grandma selling the PC, you know what I mean? That Hewlett Packard could have some golden DDR5 inside. I wish you luck. I wish you luck, guys. It's tough out there. It's freaking tough out there, man. It's only Wednesday. I'm telling you, my 32 gig sticks were $78 each. Yep, I believe you. I think my 32 gig kit was $100. You know what I mean? Like, it was $100 for 32 gigs. It was $169 for 64. Like, bro. But I delit it so I can't RMA. Good, that's fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. But I mean, like, even thinking about, like, dude, like people that are doing RMAs right now, like RMAing RAM and them having to have replacements, right? Oof. Oof. It's tough. My 12900K has a 512, so does my, oh, okay. Yeah, hold on to that. Hold on to that. You never know. Yeah, you should try that, Ted. That'd be interesting. But like, dude, I'm gonna see cases without RAM soon. It's probably already there. And you know, funny side story, I heard Costco pulled all the RAM sticks out of all their displays because I guess people are going to Costco to steal RAM. You know, the funny part is too, dude, for like a lot of us that know, like the RAM they put in SI builds are pretty much bottom barrel RAM, man. I mean, why would you want the RAM from an SI kit, dude? It's the worst, dude. Yeah, I can see Sam's Club, Walmart. I mean, even if they have a display, that thing, I mean, if they got shampoo locked up, could you only imagine how much they got RAM locked up right now? I wonder what Best Buy looks like in the RAM section. I mean, do they have like green PCB or ECC only? Is that all that's left on the shelf? $4.99. Oh man. Slow RAM doesn't necessarily hurt the gaming. And I think a lot of it, like for me, it was, dude, for me, it was games that were pushing like, I mean, I was literally pushing 31 gigs of RAM usage. More specifically with a game like Star Citizen, but like other stuff. I saw, you know, I was getting close, 26, you know, 27 and everything. So I was like, dude, I want a 64 gig kit, you know, and I was just like, that's really the only thing I was really kind of missing. Like before, I was just like, it's not a big deal. It didn't really matter, you know, but it's just is what it is, man. I have like 4 DDR4 kits I'm sitting on. Dude, it's like a bottled wine, my friend. It's like a fine wine. You know, see if you can find some friends that need some DDR4 in a pinch, because even if you could find RAM, finding DDR4 I think is going to be even harder. You know what I'm saying? Best Buy RAM section be like, you must make a down deposit. No. They have like when you go to like the alcohol section and it's like a special little door. You know what I mean? Maybe there's like a guy standing there, you know, he's checking your ID and everything like that before you go in. There's like 12 cameras on you, like in Vegas when you're at the poker table. It's terrible. Why do they do this? Best Buy. I wanted to replace my 7200 32 gig kit. I broke a cap off. Oh, that sucks. Instead, it's in my son's other build. Oh, okay. Hey, that's good. Once you go 645 gig kits, you can't go back. Dude, it's like thinking about the people running like 96, right? They're running like the 48 gig kits like twice, trying to do 96 gigs or like 128 gigs. Feels bad. Feels bad, man. But all right, I think that's going to wrap it up for us here today on Thermaltake Live. Appreciate all you guys coming out. I hope you guys had some fun. I know I did. Nice. I love the laughs. Thank you guys so much for all the comments and everything on the stream. Rampoo shampoo. Still posted AK because yeah. No, oh that's rough, dude. That's rough. My 32 gig laptop DDR4 I bought is 4x the price now. Oh, dude. You know, you should maybe look and see if you can find that laptop, get a little lappy upgrade, and then just take the other laptop and just strip the RAM out of it and sell it for more than what the laptop would cost. It's like how it's like how you have like a part for a refrigerator or a vacuum, but you know you've had it for like 7 years, and then somebody still sells the shelf, but they want like $100-$200 for the shelf, and you're like, just a plastic shelf, and they're like, yes, but it's 10 years old, and we're the only ones that have one. I mean, it's pretty crazy, man. It's pretty crazy. But all right, that's it for us. Thank you guys. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us for another wonderful Waffle Wednesday. Don't forget, Waffle winners, to send me that message and everything. And for all the new people that came in and followed, good to see you. This is Thermaltake Live. We have fun. We do system builds for Thermaltake. We love waffles. We like doing other fun stuff. Have a little laugh. Break up your week with a happy Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? Join us again next week. We'll be back. We're going to keep going on the View 370. We got more in store with that. We're going to do a full AIO build. We're going to be kicking that off next week. And then we're going to jump into some more stuff. A lot of new things. We got some other stuff coming for Q1 as far as like new, and then some other stuff and some software updates too. We're going to have to dive back into some software things because there's some stuff we got to explain. There's a lot going on with software. I want to make sure everybody has at least a little bit of details with that. So we'll have to figure something out like that in the upcoming streams. All right. Waffle Man out. You guys have a great west of your Wednesday. All right. We'll see you guys soon. Take care. Bye. Waffle up.
Middle of the week, middle of the desert. Name's Mike. Let's go. Yeah. Big hump, big bite. Name Mike. Sun bright, sand in my kicks, but I walk so light. Got a crate full of better and my grill on high. Every Wednesday morning they line outside. They don't come for the coffee, they come for the ride. I'm the camel with the lettuce and the syrup on the side. It's hump day. Waffle up if you got the stuff. Waffle up. Mike and the dudes turn breakfast to a sport that's tough. We ain't got no pancakes here, just square soaking up that love. It's hump day. Waffle up if you got the stuff. Hey. I play shows in the Shea logo on the stage, Thermaltake lights up. Whole crowd in the blaze, fans chant Mike K. Every time that I raise another goal, waffle to the sky like praise. Got crumbs in my beer, syrup drip on my chain. Got a lot of cool camels trying to get in my lane. I just laugh, flip better, let them taste the flame. If you roll with the herd, better know the name. Mike, it's hump day. Waffle up.